Okay, what I'm going to do is give you a quick thumbnail definition of missional communities, as we would describe them. We could give you a lot more detail, but I'm just going to give you, say, 4 bullet points just to kind of get you going, okay? So a missional community is a group of 20 to 50 people, 50 plus people. Often, we can come back to that. Secondly, it is centered around Jesus. Okay, everyone happy with that? Good, well done. All right, there's 3 distinct kind of directions of activity and of movement and of life together that you take place. You have the upward direction, which is your relationship with God, worship, prayer, spiritual disciplines, all the stuff you do like that. You have the inward direction, which is about how you build your community. So that's fun and food and fellowship and all those sorts of things. And then it's you have the outward direction, which is about mission. And then the 4th thing I wanted to give you here is a missional community, and this is critical, is defined by its mission vision. It's defined by the mission vision. By that I mean the leaders of the group have a clear sense of calling to a particular context. That context will generally be, if you wanted 2 words for it, it's either a neighborhood or a network of relationships. So the neighborhood thing, and that tends to be the most common one, particularly in the suburbs, the neighborhood thing is a geographic area. All right, so it's a road or an area around a school or something like that. The network is a network of relationships. That could be your sports team or folks in the workplace or people who like to, speak with funny English accents and watch royal weddings, or I mean, it can be anything you like. So, so it's that. Now, of course, the 2 do actually play off one another, but one will be the primary driver there. If you wanted a way of assessing missional communities, here's what I do with our guys. Is there's 3 words I have in my mind when I'm evaluating how effective and what will be the strengths and weaknesses of a missional community. So I'm looking for, is it a place of community? That's a good word. So do you have a sense of life together? And it really builds that dynamic. So Mike's thing about the extended family, does it have that flavor about it? Secondly, is it a place where there's mission taking place? By mission, my really simple definition of that is it's where you do witness and service into your mission context. Okay? So you've worked out what it means to witness to that place and to serve that community. And as you can imagine, that will look very different according to where you are. And then the 3rd word I use is training, which is not the best word for that, but I haven't quite worked out what the other word is because I don't want to use a too jargony Christian word. What I mean by that is everyone gets to play. Missional community is a place where people get to try spiritual gifts, try doing things. Yeah, of course, why don't you host next week? That would be great. And, if you turn up and the house is a complete chaotic mess, well, it's an opportunity for them to learn and be discipled and to grow. But it's not the biggest disaster in the world. Someone has a go at leading some creative worship, and it might be great. It might be a bit rubbish, as we'd say in England. But, that's okay. You have a chance to learn and grow together. Can you see what I'm saying? Someone, has a chance to break open the scriptures and say very tentatively and nervously, I think this is what God was saying to me this week, and share from that. A 3-year-old child can sit around the table with you, tell you something they're grateful to God for from the past week. So it's a place where it's so whilst there's leaders, the leaders do not do it all. Okay.